Hey guys, JorRaptor here. Are you wondering why Star Wars Battlefront had no single player campaign? Well, EA explains here in this article by Dual Shockers. So we're talking about the Vice President Patrick Sutherland from EA Studios. So he says that it was a conscious decision that we made due to time and being able to launch the game side by side with the movie that came out to get the strongest possible impact. If we look at the sales of Star Wars Battlefront, that strongest possible impact is totally right. The game sold 14 million copies and they predicted 12 million. So that's like insane. And it was obviously because your neighbor or anyone else would walk out of the movie theater after Star Wars 7 and they would think, oh my god, I want to play this. And if they saw that awesome commercial for that game that also looked pretty good, they would buy it. And that's what happened. So Star Wars Battlefront sold a shit ton of copies. So it's like that's what, so no single player campaign because of time. And you have to think about this for a second, because Disney and EA made a deal. So Disney said, EA, you're going to make Star Wars games for us. EA said, okay, that's fine. They went to DICE and they said, okay DICE, there's a movie coming up in 2 years at the end of 2015. It's now 2030, so you have to make a Star Wars game and launch it alongside the movie, or a little bit before that, because that's what happened with Battlefront. DICE like, okay, but if we have to do that, we have to focus on the most important part of this game. Star Wars Battlefront, well, it's a multiplayer game, so that's where we're going to focus on this multiplayer game. And if you remember Star Wars Battlefront, it still did not have a lot of content, and that's probably also because of time, because you have to remember they did have the engine, they did have the Frostbite engine, so that was in place, but it had to work for the Star Wars universe, so they had to make the models, the heroes. The gameplay is different from the title they're known for. DICE known for Battlefield. Now they had to make it more of like that the weapons could not reload, stuff like that, so that's totally different. So they had to do that all in 2.5 years, so that's pretty significant. And the result of that was the 75 rating. So not a lot of people were like, oh my god, Battlefront is the best game ever, because of the time that they spent on the game. Are we happy with the 75 ratings? That's what EA is saying. No. Is that something that we're going to cure going forward? Absolutely. So there will be a new Battlefront game. Battlefront 2 will launch at the end of 2017. That's already confirmed by EA, and that will probably have a single player campaign. I will tell you why in a second. But overall, we look at everything that we do in isolation, but if you take a step back and look at our overall portfolio, it's actually in pretty good shape. So they say Battlefront, okay, it did not have the biggest scores, it sold extremely well, and if we look at it, it's a pretty good game, and I totally agree with that. But yeah, it was just content light, but they got away with it because a lot of people just wanted to play an awesome looking Star Wars game at the time. So why will the new Battlefront game probably have a single player campaign? Well, that's because this is what EA is saying. The shooter category, as an example, we know to be true that in order for a game to truly break out and become really large, you must likely need both a single player campaign where the players can get familiar with the game and practice playing the game to hop on and play online. So you first need a single player campaign where you just can shoot computer guys, easy as that, and then you're okay, now I can finally take on other players. And that's how it goes with games like Call of Duty. And that's why Titanfall 2 will have a single player campaign this time, because that was like one of the critiques as well for Titanfall. And it's also like something to have a little meat on the bone. Obviously a ton of players will just jump in, go for the multiplayer, but there are also players like me that just want to experience the single player first and then see what the multiplayer is about, and just learn the controls, learn some awesome moves, and also learn a little bit more about the story behind the game. That's also something, that's also cool. So what happened if Star Wars Battlefront would launch later? They would have more maps. So they now have, like, at launch they had not a lot of maps, and now obviously more because of the DLC, but you have to pay for them. And there are also some free maps, I know, but that's just the same planet. I'm just talking about different planets here. So, but if they launched later, they would have missed the movie window, and the game will probably sell way less, because the Star Wars hype is gone right now. Nobody's talking about Star Wars. Obviously you have the hardcore fans, but in the mainstream in the mainstream public, nobody's talking about Star Wars. But in December, everyone was. So it was a nice idea for EA to bring it out then. Will it hurt Battlefront in the long run? No. I mean, if Battlefront 2 will be shown at E3 2017, I can probably make a video about that already, but no. Everyone will lose their mind. It will probably have a single player campaign. It will look even better. It will have more vehicles. It will have stuff from the movies that are in the cinemas right now. So from Star Wars 7 and probably 8 that will also be launching around that time. So it will be way more concrete in that department. So that will be super interesting to watch how that will develop. So it will not hurt Battlefront in the long run. Of course, we wanted to see a Battlefront with not that stupid token system where you have to run up to a token and get into a vehicle, just jump in real time. But it will probably be in the next Battlefront, because DICE will have 2 more years and they already have the foundation for a Battlefront game. They now can add more on to it. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think about this Battlefront news in the comments below. And also, I'm curious, subscribe for more reactions like this. But like I said, I'm curious, do you like me rambling about this game? So this is like totally new. Normally I write down what I'm going to say and it's like a little compact video, but now I thought let's do it a little differently. I can make more videos if I want to right now, because this takes less time to do, and I just ramble a little bit. I think this was pretty cool, but I'm curious what you think, so please let me know in the comments down below. Thanks a lot for watching again, and like this video if you did. Goodbye.